We need to find out the value of cotangent of 7.5 degrees. Let us begin. Now, cotangent of 7.5 degrees can be also expressed as cotangent of 15 over 2 degrees. Now what we'll do, we'll rewrite the cotangent function in terms of the ratios of cosine and sine. So we have cosine of 15 over 2 degrees divided by sine 15 over 2 degrees. Now what we'll do, we're going to multiply both numerator and the denominator with 2 times cosine of 15 over 2 degrees, which means that in the numerator we should be getting 2 times cosine squared 15 over 2 degrees, and in the denominator we have 2 times cosine of 15 over 2 degrees, and multiplied to it will be sine 15 over 2 degrees. The reason why we have done this, because we have 2 standard formulas. So we know 2 times sine of angle theta over 2 multiplied to cosine of angle theta over 2, that corresponds to sine of the angle theta. And if we have 2 times cosine squared angle theta over 2, that corresponds to 1 plus cosine of the angle theta. Okay, now in both the 2 cases here, theta will correspond to 15 degrees, which means that in the numerator we'll be getting 1 plus cosine of 15 degrees, and in the denominator we have sine of theta, so that's simply 15 degrees. Okay, now that we have 1 plus cosine 15 degree in the numerator and the denominator, which is sine 15 degree, our next task will be to obtain the value of cosine 15 degree as well as sine 15 degree. There's a very simple task. Cosine 15 degree can be also expressed as cosine of the angle 45 degrees minus 30 degrees. Now when we expand this, we should get cosine of 45 degrees times cosine of 30 degrees added to sine 45 degrees times sine 30 degrees. Now each of the trig ratios have known values, or known standard values. So we should get square root of 3 added to 1 divided by 2 times square root of 2. Okay, so this is going to be the value of cosine 15 degree. Similarly, we can also find out the value of sine 15 degree. So sine 15 degree is going to correspond to square root of 3 minus 1 divided by 2 times square root of 2. So let's use these 2 values. So at the numerator, we will be getting 1 plus square root of 3 added to 1 divided by 2 times square root of 2. And in the denominator, we have square root of 3 minus 1 divided by 2 times square root of 2. So let's further simplify. So in the numerator, we should be getting 2 times square root of 2 added to square root of 3 plus 1. And in the denominator, we have square root of 3 minus 1. Now in the next step, what we'll do, we'll try to rationalize the denominator. All we have to do is multiply both numerator and the denominator with the conjugate of the denominator part, which is square root of 3 added to 1. So we'll do that to the numerator as well. We have square root of 3 added to 1. So let's further simplify this. Now we'll get 2 times square root of 2 multiplied to square root of 3. So that's simply 2 times square root of 6. 2 times square root of 2 multiplied to 1 will give us 2 times square root of 2 added to. So square root of 3 times square root of 3, that's positive 3. Then we have square root of 3 times 1, which is square root of 3 added to 1 times square root of 3. So that's going to be square root of 3. And 1 multiplied to 1 will be simply 1 divided by. Now what do we have here? We have the product of a square root of 3 minus 1 and square root of 3 plus 1. So that should be equals to square root of 3 whole squared minus 1 squared. That's the difference of squared. So let's further simplify. So 3, let's do 2 times square root of 2 added to. So 3 plus 1 will be 4. Then we have square root of 3 plus square root of 3. That's going to be square root of 2 times square root of 3 added to 2 times square root of 6. And in the denominator, we have simply 2. Further simplification is going to give us square root of 2 plus 2 plus square root of 3 plus square root of 6. Now this particular 2, since all other terms are written in terms of square root, so 2 can be also expressed in terms of a square root. All we have to do is rewrite. So we have square root of 2 plus square root of 3 plus square root of 6. What we will do, we will rewrite this 2 as square root of 4. So this is going to be the value of cotangent of 7.5 degree. We have square root of 2 plus square root of 3 plus square root of 4 plus square root of 6.